And we're back for
And
another
we
week.
are back.
Another week, Jamie.
We made it. We made it to another week. It's always a surprise to me, to be honest, that we get there.
There was a period, especially, where I thought we wouldn't this time because you were completely unresponsive all of last weekend, Jamie. I'm not sure why. I thought maybe we could hang out and do some stuff. I don't know if you were busy or if there was a thing, but I didn't get invited. So,
there was, I was away. I was away, if you will. I was on a business retreat. And by a business retreat, I mean the business of live music and festivals.
Yes. And what a business it is. There's no business like the business of live music and festivals.
The live music business, everyone. Yeah. It's here. It's alive. But I made it through and I'm here. And we'll be here to talk about it later. But welcome, everyone, one and all.
Just not even going to mention where you were. He was at one.
Leave him guessing.
Fucking, honestly, the state of you. It's gonna say it when they click on the show.
It's not a surprise. They know what's coming. Yes, I was at 110 Above Festival.
Oh, were you? That's interesting, Jamie.
Oh, what a surprise! An amazing festival.
I believe you bothered some bands while you were there.
Bothered is definitely the right word there. Accosted. They kind of felt that they were obliged to kind of talk to me because I simply wouldn't leave their backstage area.
Like a real investigative reporter.
Yeah. I either get
you Paxman them.
Yeah. They either feed me with like seeds or they give me an interview, and they were all out of seeds the whole weekend. So
of course, because you're not a pigeon, or you are a pigeon.
Well, yeah.
Hard to tell.
Depends.
So because of that, Jamie has spoken to some friends of the show, new and old. So because of that, we've got a bit of a different show format for you this week. Basically, the pop stars spoke too much, so now we have to speak less to make up for it, which I think everyone will be happy with, really.
I was about to say, isn't that what everyone's been asking for this whole time we've been doing this show?
There's going to be anyone that's worried. But luckily, we do still have time for the Dork mailbag, which I believe you took along with you to the festival, Jamie. So if you want to just get that out, we'll have a look through. A little rummage around.
Jake, so I thought we were going to discuss this beforehand.
Trusted you with it.
So obviously
this is the first week you've had it and not me.
So, it is. So obviously we recorded together on last week's show, and I thought,
we did.
As I'm off to the festival the next day, I'll take the mailbag with me. That makes sense.
Was it a salmon or a cod?
Yeah. It was actually like a croquette, like a potato croquette.
Lovely.
Oh, what a lovely image! Shout out the croquettes.
Don't like them.
Always there.
Horrible stuff. Have a hash brown or have a potato. That's what I say.
Right, that's it. It's the consistency. It's like
unless they got cheese in them, I enjoy that.
Oh yeah, some mozzarella ones. They're always quite nice.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, you know what we're having for dinner afterwards?
The mailbag, which you have with you, don't you?
About that. So obviously you took it to the festival. I thought, right, gonna have to keep this safe. I thought, let's collect some mailbag questions that can be asked on our return. Instead of waiting for people to send stuff in, because we always only get 2. I thought, if I'm at the festival, I'm likely to get a lot more mailbag questions.
So what Jamie said to me was, Jake, I can do this better than you. You failed us, and I'm going to be a victorious man. And what happened, Jamie?
I've lost it.
He's lost the mailbag.
I've lost the mailbag. I'll be honest with you. I don't know when I lost it. I have a hazy memory of watching Sports Team play on the Friday nights with the mailbag in hand, kind of like slowly moving it towards the front of the stage and into the pit, and then it just went. I'll be frank with you. Woke up the next day, gone. So if anyone at 110 above has seen
a large croquette stuffed with
potato
letters,
croquette with letters sticking out of it, just give us a shout. If you send that to PO Box Dork.
Yeah, they'll know what to do with it.
They'll know what to do with it, and we can get it returned. So hopefully by next week, the mailbag will be back with us, but unfortunately I lost it, and therefore
interestingly,
we have no
next
mailbag.
week there's no show. So
we've got a 2-week window. We've got a 2-week window. We hope by that point it could return in some form. But unfortunately,
so next week we are both at Reading Festival collecting more content. So there'll be nothing then, and then a bumper one the week after. Thank you for your patience. We'll have a lager in your honour. Now, Don't
certainly
tell
will.
me you've also misplaced the music news, Jamie.
Don't worry, it's impossible for me to lose the music news because
To
music
lose the
news is
news.
everywhere. It's like an enigma in the sky. Can't escape it. It beams down like an alien looking to take you to another planet. Except this planet is music, and what a planet it is. Let's
What
start.
a planet.
What a planet. Whoa, what a planet. Moving on to music news before
Yes,
I
music news,
insult
music
more
news.
people. Let's start with the return of some favourites over here at Dork.
Okay.
Blossoms.
Ah, yes.
Blossoms. They are back. They've dropped a brand new track called Care For. And this kind of is the start of, the next era, if you will, of Blossoms, They put out some Christmas
The
songs.
next Bleera, as it's known.
Yes.
The new Bleera.
That's actually what they called it.
Yeah.
The Bleera of Blossoms. This is another just a really amazing track. It kind of feels like a nice progression on from what we heard before on their last album.
Which is
Foolish.
good
Which
that
is
it's
good.
going in that direction.
It's very, very good. And they're kind of doing obviously a lot of shows this summer, playing a lot of festivals, doing a lot of support stuff. And then they're on the road. They're doing a big old tour from the end of August. So this is a nice they've dropped this now. There's a little treat for us with the promise that there's
the
more,
promise of more treats to come.
there's more music coming over the coming months is the exact wording. Just to quote
the exact
them.
wording of what?
They've said.
Yeah.
In the release that we got
Okay.
emailed.
I
to
thought you
us.
might have had a chat with them because I was going to say that's not really how people speak.
in the coming months. But none of that. So yeah, really like this track. Like you say, like you were saying, it's nice that it's moving in this direction still from kind of that last album. And Blossoms, big stuff. Are you excited, Jake?
I am excited. I love Blossoms. I am excited for new music. Why won't you come on the show, Blossoms? There's a seat
Yeah.
for you at the table. Where
Blossoms,
are
if
you?
you're listening, there's always a seat at the table for Blossoms. It's
There is.
I mean, maybe that's why they've not come, because there are multiple of them and we can only offer one seat.
There's one
in our
seat at the table.
One cold
and they must
seat.
either share or rotate.
Yeah. Every 20 seconds, just to make sure everyone feels included. you know?
Mr. Blossoms got married, though, didn't he? Congratulations, Mr.
Congratulations.
Blossoms, on your marriage.
Mr. Blossoms.
You know, the big one, the big blossom.
Tom.
I don't
Mr.
know,
Blossoms.
Mr. Blossom, I think.
Well,
Oh, is
congratulations.
it Tom Blossom? Is that his name?
It's not like Duracell. It's not like Mr. Gillette.
Sorry, Mr. Gillette. Who's Mr. Gillette when he's at home?
There's got to be a Mr. Gillette, right? Surely.
Honestly.
Surely he's knocking around. Let's cut this nonsense. Good to have Blossoms back. This is their new track. It's called Care For.
She stops me in motion. Oceans calm, it's all that you care for. I'm here and this is love's true devotion. I rise, then I fall. Won't you please piece my heart back together again?
Oh,
What a
Glorious.
song. What a band.
what a band.
a world. What a
What a
man.
song.
Mr. Blossoms is back.
Mr. Blossoms, as he is known.
Well, that's why they're Blossoms, because they're all Mr. Blossoms. So they're...
Was that like a coincidence, or are we
I
looking
think
like a
so.
family
yeah,
band?
No, I think it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's a common surname.
Clearly.
Yeah, it was nearly my surname, but it turns out my parents have different surnames, so it's not. But it could have been.
Really? Like they just picked you out the hat.
Yeah, nearly.
Oh, gosh.
Right, so there's no album section this week because
So far on this
of-
show, we have just like apologized,
No, I'm
basically.
not apologising. I'm not apologising, Jamie. You could apologise.
We've got great content
I was
coming,
going to
mate.
blame Alfie Templeman. I'm
Right.
assigning his section as the bit that would have been the album.
Yes. Well, actually, it would have been. You are completely correct.
There
That
you
would have
go.
been the section, but alas.
But a couple of albums out this week.
Yes.
Orla Garland.
Yes. Great
and,
album.
Of course, Lord.
Yes.
Lord's album's out, which we didn't actually get ahead of time, and we're recording this on a Thursday. So some would say that maybe that's why there's no album section this week.
Yeah, I love the way we decided there's no albums.
Those
but-
people would be wrong. This is a completely conscious decision of ours.
Yes, yeah, planned out
Yeah,
completely.
of course. You know,
Yeah.
it all lines up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we haven't heard the album. but it's
No.
out
No,
when
it
you're
is.
you're here listening. It's out. It's presumably good and has some
Let's say good.
tracks on it.
Yep. Yep.
And here's one of those tracks.
Goodbye to all the bottles, all the models. Back to the kids in the lines for the new Supreme. That California love. Don't want 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 that California love.
And there
What
was
a track.
What a track.
Oh,
That's a
I'm
track.
sure that was a good track.
I think that's one of the highlights from the album, that track.
I would hope so, because
would
we're going to
hope so.
choose it based off of that. So,
We definitely chose that track whilst we were recording this because yes, we did that. Great track from Lord. Oh, just great to have Lord back. You know, it's a Lord summer.
It will be great to have her back.
It will be.
We're right on the
famously.
cusp of that.
Yeah. But also, shout out to the Orla Garland record as well. Really, really nice. Really great stuff.
5 stars in Dork
5 stars in
magazine,
Dork,
the
so-
only magazine that matters.
Famously, talking of the magazine, we of course have a latest issue.
We of course have a latest issue.
We do. While we're here, let's sell to them. Let's sell to the people because that's what you want.
The magazine. Buy the magazine. Buy the magazine.
That's how it works.
Dork magazine. Buy
out.
the magazine.
It's out now.
That's the song we got.
Jay Bird.
Madonna to write.
Jay
for
Bird.
it.
We're still waiting for the jingle from Jay
Yeah, that's
Bird.
true. Where's the jingle? We
Jade,
were
if
promised
you're
a jingle.
listening, please.
We were promised a jingle, and then she said, "Chase me if I don't give you one," and we immediately forgot until now.
Yeah. So maybe
Good.
that's our fault, to be honest.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, but pick up the latest Dork magazine.
Pick
Conan
up
Gray.
a Dork
Conan Gray on the
magazine.
cover. Bunch of really great stuff in there. Head to the website. It's a belter. I'll tell you that now.
It is.
It is. Jake, do you have any more news for us that's knocking about that's managed to fall from the sky?
What sort of genre do you think Lady Gaga would be? If you had broad strokes, you don't have to get too specific.
Of course.
What do you reckon?
I mean, like obviously, huge pop star.
Of course, yeah.
Bit of dance, maybe, bit of disco.
What about Elton John? What do you think? That's right, extreme hardcore drum and bass. Which is why it doesn't come as a surprise that Lady Gaga is working with Elton John on what has been called a hardcore drum and bass track together.
Incredible. Wow. Apparently he's going to shock fans.
Apparently it's about as far away from Candle in the Wind as you can get.
Well, yeah. I mean, as you can
I would have got that from the genre, to be honest.
Yeah. I didn't need an explanation. I feel like I would have picked that up from the title. I'm not sitting there from like Candle in the Wind being like, well, drum and bass, I can see how it can work from here.
This news story also says, meanwhile, John surprised diners at a restaurant in Cannes last weekend with an impromptu performance of Cold Heart, brackets, PNAU remix, close brackets.
That's not the ditty you want, is it? When you're at dinner.
I love the idea that he sat down behind a piano and they've gone, "Oh my god, it's
What's he
Elton
gonna-
John!"
oh my
And he's
God,
gone,
he's-
"This
your
is
song."
the PNAU remix of Cold Heart."
Hey, he's got to do the promo run. He's got a track to sell.
It says he got behind the decks where a DJ queued up the track and let the star sing along.
Let him,
Yeah.
because the DJ would have turned
All right,
around
mate,
and gone,
we don't normally do karaoke, but I
yeah.
guess as it's
mate.
your birthday.
Put that mic down, mate. Like, we've got the music here, son. And Elton John's looking at him like, huh? Like, put that music down. Heavens above. This is, a strong move, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Elton John just keeps doing things that, like, I'm like, he
Elton
could
John is
easily
living the life I
Yeah.
think someone like Elton John should live.
Yes.
Co-signing Young Thug, making a hardcore drum and bass,
Yeah.
screaming in his garden in front of a basketball hoop. All
That's
good
what you
shit.
want. He's like, do you know what?
Live
I've
your
done my
life,
bit.
man.
I've done my bit.
Paul
I've sold my
McCartney, take
albums.
note.
Yeah. So what do you want? Paul McCartney to do some sort of
I think I
Gabba
kind
song
of
with
want Paul
someone? or-
McCartney to do what he's doing, but in a less embarrassing way.
Big fan of Paul
The man
McCartney.
has no
here.
sauce. That's the problem.
He has-
He was
He has
born
no
without
sauce.
seasoning. Is his issue?
He has no sauce.
He's like mayonnaise.
He he's saying that? He's got no sauce.
He's sauceless.
Oh God! So maybe
Never owned a pair of Gucci loafers in his life.
how do you know? He might have.
All right, Paul. If you got them, send them in.
If you're listening,
Send
give us
in
a shout.
snap.
Yeah, we'd like to see it. But yeah, interesting direction. Lady Gaga, Elton John, extreme hardcore drum and bass track coming soon at some point. By the
I
sounds of
like
it.
the phrase as well. Like drum and
Extreme.
bass. They're like, nah, that doesn't really get it across. They're like, well, it's kind of hardcore drum and bass. They're like, no, it's more than that.
Extreme.
Mm.
Extreme. Can't wait to hear that in a nightclub in some place at some point, at some time. Wonderful. Good on them. Good on them, I suppose.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it. You can tell. I want to really put this track alongside the Vin Diesel track and just see where we kind of like stand.
See which one's better. Just see which one is
Yeah.
better.
I mean, my inkling is, even though it's an extreme hardcore drum and bass
Yeah, it's
track,
going
the
to be
Lady
them, isn't
Gaga
it? It's
will be
going to be
better.
them.
Yeah.
Do you
Can't
have a
wait.
track you want to play,
I
Jamie?
do. Well, because it's Lady Gaga and Elton John teaming up, we kind of have to go to the previous example
The
of them
previous
teaming
hardcore
up,
drum and bass song.
where on Chromatica they did a song together called
Maybe this
Sign
is
from
what
Above.
they think hardcore drum and bass is.
I said they've already put it out, and they're like,
No,
oh,
they're just like,
we
yeah,
did
it's
it.
another extreme hardcore drum. You know, like the last one.
Yeah, like the last one. To be fair, it does get a bit, a bit
Get a
bubbly,
bit fruity in the middle.
bit bubbly near the end. It starts
Mm.
kicking off.
It's got a
and-
creamy middle to it,
So maybe that's
like a
maybe-
cheesy croquette.
Yeah, basically. They said, what kind of track do you want to make? And they just went, and then in sync together, they went, cheesy croquette. Yes. Yeah, that's the one. So they've done this already. So yeah, this is a track from Chromatica. This is Lady Gaga and Elton John, Sign from Above.
When I was young, I felt immortal.
Oh,
There
Big
it is.
stuff, big
Hardcore drum and bass.
it's there. It
Bubba
lives.
bass.
Exactly
now, Jamie,
that.
we've come to that time where you slap out your interviews and show me what you've been up to.
Well, yes. So obviously, as mentioned at the start of the show, and obviously what we've now understood, you would have understood from looking at the name of this show.
Yes.
I went down to 110 Above Festival. I guess
How was
not
it?
last weekend before. Really good. Really, really good fun. It's like a very small festival that's kind of just, I don't know, like just grown over the past few years. It's kind of
Kinda
definitely like a word of mouth thing.
It's like
It-
Baby Truck, isn't it? That's
yeah,
the sort of vibe.
yeah. It's a real like, I don't know, a real like community sort of vibe there. It's not a big festival, really easy to get around, really comfortable, but also like even though it's like of a small size, it's like just packed with so many bands and acts that like we love kind of like on the show and obviously in
Oh
Dork
yeah,
as well.
I think
Like
the lineup was
it's
basically
crazy.
just picked from the pages of Dork. Really,
it was
wasn't
crazy. It was crazy. So there's like
So-
loads of favourites there, like all the time, and had a really, really good weekend. It's a really great festival there. So
And who did you wrangle for us, Jamie?
Well,
who
this
did you
is it.
corral into the barn?
across the weekend, as I wandered around these wonderful fields, chat to a range of great artists. Black Honey, of course, riding high off of their
Shout out.
top 10 album. Shout out
Friends
Black
of
Honey.
the show.
Friends of the show, indeed. Caught up with them. Caught up with Mr. Alfie Templeman, of course. It
friend of
wouldn't
the
be a
show.
time. Wouldn't be a time or like out at a festival without bumping into Alfie Templeman.
It wouldn't. Best friend of the show, I'd say.
Exactly. We caught up with headliners on the Saturday night, the Amazons, who also have been on the show before.
Friends of the show.
Friends of the show. It was great to catch up with them in a little TP. We looked over the rider that they got, the little Audi, doing really well. Just want to let you know, doing really well on the rider front there. And then,
Good.
well, shout out Audi. And then towards the end of the weekend, obviously on Sunday as well, caught up with the one and only Baby Queen
Friend of the show.
for an incredibly insightful chat talking about different like hot beverages and eggs as well. So don't
Good.
say we don't dive into the most important aspects. But what we should do now is we should cut over to cut over to me, who I believe in the past was there at the festival, and I will take it away from here. So yeah, come with us to 110 Above Festival. Over to you, Jamie. And we are live. Good day, dear listeners. It's Jamie here, reporting live from 110 Above Festival in the beautiful heart of England, known as Leicestershire. You're coming to me on day 2 of the festival. It's all going on. We had a great first night, all happening. Give you a bit of an overview of 110 Above. It's a really, really, really nice festival. Very small, but just like jam-packed, if you will, with dork favourites all over the place. So across the weekend, you've got, of course, Sports Team, the Amazons, Sandara Karma, Black Honey, Baby Queen, Alfie Templeman. The list goes on. Many friends, of course, who've come on the show as well, so that's quite nice. Wish we'd known that before we put them to come on the show, because we probably could have just waited here and then just got them all in the same weekend. But alas, that's not going to happen. But don't worry. Over this special report, you're going to have a few different interviews coming up, a few different surprises, a few bits here and there. So just keep an eye out. A few of your favourites popping up, saying hi, reporting from the ground, if you will. To give you a perspective here, it's late morning here. It's it's spitting, if you will. So, which is, I'd argue, ideal festival weather, because, you know, when it's really sunny, it's a bit warm. You like it for a little bit, but then you go back to the tent and you're sunburnt, if you are a pale-skinned man like myself. So this is great times. This is good weather, good fun, very small festival, really community vibe. And it's just really, really nice one. It's a little dork favourites, full of all the ones that you want, really. You wake up this morning, there are cans everywhere, there are hopes and dreams dashed, but also realised. And that's the most important thing, especially as I gaze out of my tent, looking at the horizon coming over. There's a really, fucking weird tree. Have you ever seen a tree that's got, like, a flat top on it? Because I've just seen a tree with a flat top on it, and it looks alarming, terrifying. I don't really know how it's happened. I feel like it's an illusion. Maybe that's just day 2 of a festival vibe. But it's wonderful stuff. Good times ahead. And you're going to join me on this. You know, the thrills, the spills, mostly the spills, and then the spills again, as I try to make my way through this world and return home happy, delightful, dreaming of a better time. But maybe this is the better time. You know, they do say, you know, you wish you knew you were in the good old days whilst they were happening, and maybe these are the good old days. But a real standout festival, an amazing one, great one for all of our readers and fans alike. So yeah, sit back, buckle in. What we're going to do is we're going to throw back to last night, the first night of the festival, which included a ridiculous headline set from Sports Team, playing new material as well. Just want to give you a little FYI there, a little peek of that. They had a lovely old time. More bunch of favourites played, of course, across the day as well. Lauren Hibbard, a bunch of others as well. But a real highlight was Black Honey, who played on the festival's brand new stage. They've got a brand new stage. They headlined it. Huge stuff. We thought, well, it's probably right we catch up with Black Honey backstage, see what's going on. So we nestled in what can only be described as a teepee with a hole in the top to chat more. So let's throw it over. This is me in the past talking to Black Honey. Jamie.
And here we are. We're at 110 Above. We've made it in the flesh, but thank God, don't worry, Black Honey are here, ladies and gentlemen. Black Honey, how are we doing? How are we? You can feel the excitement
Yes.
in this incredible teepee. For the listeners, how would you describe this teepee? It's,
Magical.
It's very rainproof.
Rainproof, that's always good. It's always beneficial at the festival, I suppose.
Apart from the hole.
Oh, there's a giant hole. Yes, giant hole. Not the greatest, but, you know, it'll as well.
10 out of 10 for the decoration, though. Like something from your wardrobe.
Just pick from everywhere. How are we doing? How are things in the world of Black Honey?
Good.
Back on the road, playing festivals, all of that stuff happening. How are things?
Best it's been in a while, right?
It's feels great to be doing shows again, I think. Having been out for what? Well, yeah,
I think it's debatable.
I think
it's
it does, because it's still early days, but we had such a break with not doing any for 18 months. Then, you know, we had a first one back at Latitude, which was fucking amazing. Sorry, I'm not swearing.
Oh no! That was not me being like censor, please. No, we've had much worse on this show.
Away.
Yeah. Swear as much as you like. Here we are.
No, Latitude was really, really good. It was a great crowd, and it was the first one we'd been to. It was the first time we'd been in a crowd of people for 2 years, regardless of the gig, and then to have the gig go amazing and it be so cool seeing so many people was like a real it's like felt like jumping in at the deep end, which was great.
Yeah.
Stepping into an alternate reality for a weekend.
You like remember this?
No mask, no social distancing. It's like something feels really weird.
Yeah. I don't like this. I don't
Chris,
know where this
Chris,
is.
you made a good point. The day after, when we were going and getting petrol, it was like, oh crap, let's put our masks on to go into the petrol station to buy a packet.
Just remember.
Super spread COVID throughout the.
Just for the record, none of us had COVID. We got pretty lucky.
For the
We
records.
did hear of bands.
For the records.
We
Yeah.
that there's COVID in my makeup bag.
We won't be diving in.
Started it.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to rule out the game we were going to play, which was to put makeup on everyone, but we'll pass because of safety grounds.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. Was it a bit weird as well getting used to kind of playing festivals again? Was that, or you had to kind of remember kind of like what it was like? Was that a bit of a...
I think we're still getting used to it now.
Yeah.
It's only number 3, really, for us, so it does feel a little bit like, I don't know what I'm doing.
That became apparent last week.
Yeah.
It's a real self-critical TP that we're in here today. It's the TP of truth. Just let it all out. It's going to be fine. But you kind of got used to it when you're back on stage. Is it kind of like right, we're here now again, and
Feels like
that
it's
rush?
where we belong.
Yeah.
That's the best feeling about it, I think. Like everything else in real life just feels fucking weird. But then
Yeah.
as soon as we're on stage, you're like, this all makes sense now.
Yeah. We're good. We're good here. We've had to put up with loads of stuff over the last, like, whatever, how long, and now this is fine.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was the build-up I found really weird. It was the build-up to it felt really alien, and I think because it had been so long. But the on-stage bit was probably the most normal, which was great because it felt really right. But the day was great beforehand. We sort of settled in. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, we can hear bands in the background."
So you stayed for the weekend?
We stayed.
Or
We
for a
stayed
few
at
days?
night, I think, didn't we? Yeah.
That must have been a good night, I can imagine.
So fun. We went and danced in the pop, like the camp, like Dance Queen pop tent at the end of the night, and there's just like everyone was like knee sliding, singing Mariah Carey at the top of their voices. Like,
Knee sliding is strong.
Yeah.
The last time I did that, I definitely hurt my knee.
Without socks as well.
Right, wow.
Definitely making up for 2 years of no partying.
Yes, yeah, you thought let's get it all into one,
Blew our
basically.
load in one night.
Yeah. And then you woke up the next day like, oh yeah, I remember this. It was awful.
Yeah,
it was
that
grim.
Was a headache. In every aspect of the word.
you were the only headache that we had the next day.
Yeah. And the double vodka Coke for breakfast definitely didn't go down as well as it should have.
No, yeah. You were like, why is this the way that it is?
I had to get on the shelf in the van and try and sleep because it was not fun. But all the same, it felt like the day after was like, oh my god, I've missed that feeling of being at a festival, feeling then really rough, and then feeling ready to do it all again like the next day. It was great.
Good stuff. And this is the first time we've kind of all seen each other since the album went to top 10.
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff. Congratulations. Did it?
Tell us more.
Did it? Tell us more. Yeah, it went. It was a top 10 album that you had just there. That obviously
Duncan
came out
from
and everyone
Blue.
was a really big fan of it, and it went really, really well. Obviously because of the live stream that happened, but we'll talk about that another time.
Really high functioning live stream that we did.
Yes, it went really well. Yeah, go have a look, everyone. I'm sure you'll see some real highlights. Obviously, it's the first time since. How did you celebrate that kind of moment?
Well, just like on the night, lots of cocktails, and we went to Izzy's garage and drank tins of beer because that's what we like to do when we.
Plenty of Verve Clico. Yes. Alex is looking for an endorsement if you're listening, Verve.
Yeah, once again. Yeah. The Verve Clico team listen in every single week, so
Mr.
they'll be
Clico, if you're listening.
Yeah, Mr. Clico.
Currently wearing an orange parka, the colour of Verve Clico, if that helps.
Yeah, just come and find us. You're probably in the crowd somewhere tonight, so we'll see you there.
I'll let you know if they give a shout out.
Clico.
If you're looking for Alex, he'll be the one that's bent over in the front row.
Please.
Thank you.
I've never seen someone try to hide a bottle of
Hey, I've never tried to hide a
The
bottle of
tools.
Verve Clico.
Don't get me wrong, I'm very proud of having that bottle of Verve Clico.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I guess, obviously that being out as well, and then now being back on the road, is it nice to kind of, because obviously getting a top 10 was obviously amazing, but then actually seeing it's resonate with a lot of people singing along to the words and stuff, that must be pretty mad.
Yeah, it is mad. I think it's only just starting to hit home because I feel like we've not really seen the reaction from anyone until now because we've all been locked up, obviously. So, Latitude was amazing. Actually playing the new songs and realizing, shit, people actually know them. Like, wow.
It's not just something you saw online. They're like, oh, there's some plays here. That's quite good.
Exactly.
You're like, actually, people know the words.
Yeah, it would be good to go out and tour it properly, because I think that's the weirdest thing, is that we've done the whole shebang of getting it ready and releasing it, and we've still not done the sort of
headline tour,
which feels like its moment. So
yeah,
looking forward to that.
Yeah. I was about to say, the headline tour itself. That must be kind of at the moment that you're proper like, right, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Available from all good ticket holders. Obviously, pictures to purchase now. That must be as well like something you've been waiting for, just to do those headline shows again. Because you've done some like socially distant stuff, but like actual proper headline shows in big venues. That must be something that's gonna be great.
I'm finding it really hard to visualize that yet. Like, because it's such a far advanced thing to do that because of the way that COVID's been.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm like every week I'm like, they're gonna cancel the world again.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna play another show, so let's just get really drunk tonight and make the most of it.
Could be a last.
Yeah. Get through the next few days, and then we'll see what happens on the other side.
Every show like it's our last and get shit-faced like it's our last night.
The cool thing about it is by the time we do the headline show, it's gonna our like second record's gonna be like an ancient anthology of songs.
I mean, there's only 10.
But 10 is ancient, that history makes every moment.
And it was only 6 months ago, but sure.
Yeah. History's made every day. Come on now. It's all happening. Well, that's incredible. Well, while we're at 110 above, it's only right that we play a little game, because that's obviously the highbrow standards that you've come to know us for.
Yes.
And what we're going to do here is, so interesting, on the way here, obviously heard a story from my mate who famously once said that he could eat 110 chocolate mousses within 5 minutes.
Bollocks. Not the,
110.
not the animal.
Not the animal.
Not the
mousse.
animal.
No, very, very
Not
different.
110 minutes.
That would have been a whole other experience, to be honest.
What did he get to?
He said he could do 110. He got to 69, which
that's bollocks.
Got there. He did it. That we got to 5. As in, it was
what variety of chocolate.
We're looking. This is obviously really good for radio, but we're talking like the small little fellas.
Yeah, all right.
And like own brand, simple mousse.
Are we talking like low fat or?
By the look of him afterwards.
Hopefully they were low, like room temperature, because like if they were really cold, I feel like you get brain freeze. And like with a
He
mousse,
didn't look well. He didn't look well afterwards.
Like, do you drink or eat a mousse? Like, how the hell does that work?
Wait, so is it eat it?
Is there a time? It's in 5 minutes. Right?
5 minutes.
Okay, so that's
5
really
minutes.
quick.
So within 5 minutes.
Right.
That's what he said. So we've got a few suggestions here, and because it is this wonderful time of year, we thought, well, who better to ask about this than Black Honey, because they know this.
Of course.
The answers to the questions you have been asking yourself
all this time. Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for festival season, to be honest. I've been sat in a room of despair thinking, how many prawns, for example, can you reckon you could eat in 5 minutes?
Easily 110. Come on.
Easily 110
prawns.
Oh, I reckon I could do 110 prawns. Wait,
110 prawns?
in 5 minutes.
I could do more than 110.
You'd be shoveling them. What would you use?
That's like a shoal of prawn.
One at a time.
If you got one of those like big serving
like a ladle
ladles,
sort of thing. Yes.
Yeah, just sort of
Which beer bong them.
Or just
Oh, listeners, if you could see what Izzy's doing.
or you could just
yes, you can juggle them and pull them down your mouth. Exactly. You can definitely do that.
Can they be blended in advance?
Yeah, I guess the choice is there, to be honest.
Prawn mousse.
Yeah, easy 110 you can do in 5 minutes.
1,010.
1,010 prawns.
That is bollocks.
a prawn bisque.
I now.
Prawn mousse.
I was going to say I now know what a dinner party at Black Honey's home is looking like, and very fishy. Well, I've got some other ones for you. How do you feel about the little mints that you find on your pillow at hotels? So you know, like the little mints that you find just on the sides.
We're not posh enough to stay anywhere that has them, and if we do, we fall asleep with them melted into our face because we're usually too blackout to see them.
Also, not to be too graphic, but when you get a pack of Polo Mints or something, it's always like you shouldn't eat too many of these because you'll shit your brains out.
Yes.
Is that what it said?
Yeah,
word for word.
There's a high amount. Yeah. Word for word on the back packet. Yeah. Shit your brains out. Yeah, so famously, maybe not try it, but...
How many of them? I think you could do 50 and feel very unwell.
Yeah, I mean they're not great at the best of times.
No.
All right, you got to get everything you can get. It's free. He's up for it.
No,
Are they like mint chocolates, or are they like?
Are we talking hard mints, like a mint imperial?
Yeah, we're talking like glacier sort
like
of
an
mints.
after 8?
Glacier mints. We're talking like quite strong.
Oh no!
Yes,
that's a different ball game because that.
Yeah, they take a while.
You have to crunch them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be fucking horrible.
Probably lose your teeth halfway through, and not even realise.
All for the wonder of just a bet.
It'd be quite fun to see how many of them we could fit in Chris's mouth.
Yes.
I had.
Has anyone got any mints here? Anyone got any mints knocking around?
I mean,
and he's putting them in. They're all going in. They're all going in.
oh, it's such a shame you guys can't see this. There's 110 in there.
You're missing out on it all. Another one for you here. A little bit different. You know, on cupcakes, you get the edible paper on the top sometimes with like a picture, the rice paper. Yeah. How many of those do you reckon you do?
What, the rice paper?
Just, yes, Sans.
Oh, mate.
Sans cupcake.
Are they sugary? I can't remember.
10,000.
110 million.
I think they get stuck in your throat.
Yeah.
They're quite claggy, aren't they? They're quite claggy.
How many could we do in 5 minutes?
Oh, is it between us?
Let's try it.
No, let's see. How many between? As a band, how many are we looking at?
Have you got them then, yeah?
Yeah, I've got a whole batch in.
Great, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, here they are. Yeah. Dive on in. It's very dry and very sugary. That's the only thing.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
I had a lot of cupcakes once, and the rice cakes. It wasn't the cupcake that was the issue. It was the paper, famously on top.
The cupcakes, not the prawns, right?
Yes, yeah. I didn't go for the blended prawn mix, famously.
I do like the fact that of all the foods in the world you could have chosen to do in quantity, the bits of fucking paper.
Are you scraping the barrel or something?
It was a question we wanted the answer to, and we thought you guys will clearly have the answer to this.
We never questioned it though. We just fully were like, yeah.
Yeah. None of you blinked at that. You just went.
As well. Oh yeah, those little.
Oh yeah, those ones. Those
One
ones.
in about 5 years.
Yeah. Diane, I've got one more for you. How do you feel about tins of soup? How many do you think you could devour?
Not many.
Let's say
they're
within.
quite heavy, right?
Warm or cold?
Warm.
Oh, cold. No, it's not torture.
Jesus Christ!
We're not here to enjoy. No one's here to enjoy this.
We're not having them now. They're like it's just at a place that has a cooker.
I'm not trying to break, some sort of comfort barrier.
Oh, is the cake unbaked?
Hey, these are all questions that need answers.
They need answering.
If it was Heinz tomato soup,
yeah.
I reckon I could do 10.
10 pints. 10 pints of fucking tomato soup.
10 pints?
Yeah.
10 pints of tomato soup.
I'd beer bong it. That's like three beer.
Beer bong it.
Like 3 triple.
All right, this is something we need to see.
Yeah.
This is something you've signed yourself up.
Listener, we will let you know the results later on this evening. After the set, of course, which
Alex
is
has turned into a puddle of soup.
Yeah, it's been a good set. Looking forward to the show, of course, later. By the time this comes out, it would have already happened, so I can look, it'd be good. It was amazing. It was really
thank
good,
you
wasn't
so
it?
much.
It was a legendary set. I can't believe, Izzy, you did that thing.
Oh my god, same.
Yeah, never done it before, but
You didn't even tell us. You just brought the unicycle on out of nowhere. How the hell did you hide that in the van?
I can't believe there was people chanting my name for the whole set.
to the point everyone had to quieten down. Security had to get involved. It was a landmark set from Black Honey. But with that in mind, Black Honey, it's been a pleasure. Enjoy the set.
Thank you
and cheers. You came back to the show, which is quite nice because not many people do. Understandable. Wonderful stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Black Honey, everyone.
So much, dog.
You're so different lately. So what's with me, baby? I heard a whisper, loud as thunder, just like a sister, it's like a mother. I heard a whisper, loud as thunder, just like a whisper, it's no wonder. Should run for cover.
He's taking his shoes off.
Taking my shoes off.
He's taking his shoes off because we're back.
I'm done with shoes.
He's done. It's day.
Show 2020.
It's day 2 of 110 above. And what would it be without meeting up with good old Alfie Templeman.
Alfie T.
Alfie
Call me Alfie T now. I know you enough, Jamie.
We know enough now. We can be
Jamie
Alfie
M.
T. Alfie T. Yeah, Jamie M.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take that. Yeah. My Scottish relatives call me Jimmy sometimes.
Jimmy?
Yeah. I think that's more just a dialect thing
Yeah,
more than
I don't
anything.
know about that.
Yeah, it's
Jimmy
a bit
has
weird.
a bad rep now, doesn't he? Circa 2011.
We'll move. Yeah. Maybe I'll not live with the Jimmy name. I think
I'll
that's gone
avoid that
now.
if I were you.
There's not that many bad Jamies, I guess, about anymore. Not that I can
There's
think
some
of.
pretty good Jamies.
All in all.
Sure.
All
Jamie
in all.
Cullen, isn't there?
Yeah. Jamie Cullum, doing the piano.
that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
not
good.
Cullen.
Cullen,
Just Cullen.
yeah.
Drop the muck.
Famously, good on
Yeah,
him.
yeah, he's good. He's cool.
He's good. Jamie T.
Jamie T.
Jamie
yeah,
T.
He's pretty cool.
Another good one.
Yeah,
And then obviously I live up to all of those expectations. Of course,
You're better than all of them. You're
I'm
the top Jamie.
I'm going to take that.
Absolutely.
And I was going to do it. How are we doing, Alfie?
Bro, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm tired. I must admit, we just came. We're in Leicester now, and the other day we're in Cornwall, so it's been a lot of driving.
That's a long journey.
A lot.
Did you
of
go
driving.
through the night? Is that
No. So we went like kind of halfway. So we were after.
Right,
the
you did like
gig.
a stopgap.
That was kind of bad enough because we got there. We got to the hotel at like midnight. So I was pretty zonked out. So
Yeah. You were done in.
it was great though.
Now you're back.
I mean, I lost all my energy from just playing.
Yeah.
I forgot how it drains you, man. It messed me up.
You forgot. You came off stage like, why am I so tired? It's like, oh yes.
What's going on? Oh yeah,
this
I played a
set.
show. This hasn't happened for a while.
This
So,
set. How was Boardmasters? How was it?
Masters was amazing. I think it was probably the best set we've ever played.
Nice.
It was insane just to see. Well, people were actually singing the lyrics, which I didn't expect.
You were like, what? Looking at it, I was like, are you sure you're at the right
Bruh,
place?
well, they knew him better than me. I was reading their lips half the time. I was like, what do I sing again?
You've got it. Yep.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all fine.
got
It's
it.
all fine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all covered at that point.
Honestly, yeah, it's like I've turned to one of those. Adele does it a lot, where like she just forgets the lyrics, so she just makes the audience sing it.
Yeah,
All the time.
you're following the Adele route, which
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a big fan of.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
James Bond theme coming soon, I presume.
Yeah.
They're already knocking on the door.
Oh, mate, you've just spoiled it. It's meant to be the big surprise for 2022.
Live on air, ruins.
ruined it.
Glad I can ruin plans once again. But doing well. But doing well nonetheless. It must be good as well. This must be your first proper festival season because you've done a few festivals before. I remember a few years ago.
Yeah.
But this feels like the first proper one after everything that's going on as well.
Yeah, we did some stuff in 2019, but it was like so new to me. I didn't really know how to act or do anything.
You were just like, I've got some shows.
It's like, yeah.
We're going to play them.
Like, how do I treat this? So, this year it's definitely more like, I know what I'm doing a bit more. Like,
Stuff's happening.
proper festivals, yeah.
Yeah. Real ones. Real ones watching out in the crowd, seeing it all go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything like that.
I'm more comfortable with it now.
Nice. And it must obviously, this is the first time we've proper chatted, of course, on air.
Yeah.
Since, of course, the mini album obviously came out.
Jeez, yeah.
How was that? Kind of like seeing the reaction as well from everything with that? Like,
it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, Dork gave me a 5-star review. So I'm very
well,
happy with that.
thank you for the plug. You can pick up a copy of Dork available online at retalk.com.
Yep, absolutely.
Pick up all the copies.
Shameless promo, Jamie. Shameless promo.
This is the only reason why I'm here, Alfie, at this point, mate.
It's all for you.
Yeah. I just
Not
want
for
you
Alfie
to.
Templeman.
I just want you to big me up at this
Yeah,
point.
absolutely.
That's
What a great guy.
yeah.
Best Jamie around.
Yeah, famously, that's actually how it goes. That's actually the line of it. But no, it must have been good to obviously, like you say, obviously seeing at Boardmasters people actually, knowing all the words, reacting to the songs.
Yeah.
Like, has that been, I don't know, like obviously surreal, but like, how does that kind of like make you feel now? And obviously you're thinking now, like, right, what's going to come next as well? Because you've got so many tour dates lined up all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I've just seen them sing yesterday and enjoy it. Is like, it's kind of reassuring that people are going to like.
People are liking this.
Next festivals I do and gigs and stuff. But yeah, it's good. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. So now that I have a rough idea of like what it was like yesterday, things are getting better.
It's all to play for tonight now.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are speaking literally, I think, like you're going on stage after this.
Yeah.
That's basically
Yeah,
it.
pretty much.
So I'm the warm-up.
You're the warm-up.
I'm sorry.
Come on, get out there. What are you doing?
Should I go on stage?
Yeah.
I can do
Yeah,
I
you're
can
the
do
warm-up
things.
act, man.
Happiness in liquid form, jumping
Yeah.
up and down.
Yeah,
It's
there
not a
you go.
problem, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
Brilliant.
if you need me,
That'd be beautiful.
that's the stage show that you need. Is that what you're
would
trying
be-
to
That
say?
would be beautiful. It'd be really nice to have you on tambourine or something.
Yeah, I'm always here for that.
Do you play instruments?
I play a little bit of the harmonica, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I play no other
I
instruments.
didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just saying,
Cool.
it's probably like
Jamie can blow.
There's the quote. I'm glad everyone's got that out there. Yeah. I find it's a great instrument, but also not exactly the most practical. It's not like you need
No,
it
but
around.
you can get those ones that Bob Dylan has where you can change the key and stuff. Brilliant.
Yeah, we can get involved in that.
I was actually thinking, I want to bring that back. I want to get one of those. I've got a harmonica stand.
Oh, what? So like you hold it over your neck, kind of thing.
Put it over my neck, get an acoustic guitar, sing, and everything. Do the whole.
This is it.
Yeah.
Well, if you need a player,
Maybe have one of those like bass drum things that I can.
just whack it all. Be ready to go. It's going to be good. It's going to be
in 2022. Get your tickets. That's what's happening.
Buy the tickets now. You can imagine a massive stage show. It's all going on.
Yeah,
That's all good. And it must this kind of falls as a really nice point. I feel obviously since the release of the mini album, and I guess in between, what comes next as well for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I guess this is like a nice almost getting out, seeing people playing shows, but then looking ahead to new music as well. Like how is that all coming together? Is that all
it's great.
forming nicely?
Yeah. It's well, I mean, for everything long enough, I was changing things up quite a lot, and I was definitely quite nervous to see what people would think at first, but that was reassuring when people enjoyed it. So the fact that I've got that allows me to comfortably make music that I'm happy with and experiment a bit more.
You're people are into it. You can trust yourself a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if I drop an 18-minute prog rock song, they're probably not going to like it, but
it could come next. Never say never.
I ain't saying anything.
Just keep your eyes out, ladies and gentlemen.
I ain't saying anything.
Keep your eyes out.
It could happen. It could come next.
It certainly could.
You don't know. You just don't know.
It certainly could. Have you been out and about here at 110? Have you seen anything else going on? Have you just been lurking around at the moment?
Well, we only just probably got here. But,
yeah.
I managed to see Pixie.
Yes.
Just now, and
shout out,
she
of
was
course.
Amazing. Yeah.
Shout out Chess Club. Here we are.
Yeah, she's awesome. Her drum is awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
The whole band.
Yeah.
Really cool.
All giving it. Big fan. Big
Absolutely.
fan. Going to knock around afterwards? What are you going to do? What's your plans?
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to see Courting.
Yes.
I'm literally wrapping their hoodie.
Oh, shout out Courting as well.
So I'd love to see them.
See if Courting are repping your merchandise.
See, they're not. And I'm a little bit disappointed there. I can't lie. I was expecting something, but no.
But none of that.
No. Maybe I should take this off, actually. Maybe. Just to prove a point.
Yeah, I'm glad that we worked this out just before you went on stage. Don't give them shameless promo.
Yeah, no. You know what? Edit that out.
Yeah.
Right now. Stop the tape.
I'm not on it.
Yeah.
Incredible. Before you head on stage.
I'm not wearing merch. I'm not. I just want to classify that.
Show me the collaboration.
Yeah,
it's coming soon.
It's going to be very passive aggressive.
Yeah. Both we're going to do this, but I don't
not
really
wearing any
like
clothes.
That's a strong move.
Yeah.
Strong move.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
Half
Just
naked
to
bands.
prove that we're not wearing each other's merch. No clothes at all.
No clothes at all. No clothes at all.
This is getting really weird. I'm sorry.
It is. Yeah, we've delved into really. I kind of thought this is where it was going to
This
go.
is normally what happens when we.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, very, very interesting. This is the moment, of course. I feel like before you go on stage, we're at 110 above, and 110, the number brings to mind some clear memories for me because, as I talked about with Black Honey earlier, I know a mate of mine who said he could have 110 chocolate mousses in 5 minutes, and that was his claim to fame.
He's a beast.
Is a beast.
Absolute beast.
Got to 68, 69 around that kind of level.
Please say it was 69. Just for bands.
It was 69. Yeah, let's say it's 69. Yeah, of course.
That's impressive as it is.
Impressive as it is, but we thought, right, this is the place we need to understand what sort of devouring skills you have for food. So I'm going to ask you a few ones here. Let me talk to you about prawns. Do you like prawns?
Yeah. Oh man, love them.
Big fan of prawns.
Yeah,
we're talking small prawns. We're not talking king prawns.
So we're just doing small.
Small prawns. Yeah. How many do you reckon you could have in 5 minutes?
I could easily do 110 of those. I'm not joking. I could easily do 110 prawns. Seriously.
Straight up.
Yeah. No doubt. Done.
Is there anyone doing prawns on site?
Yeah,
That's the question. We're going to find
We were
out.
at that wedding and they were dishing out prawns.
They certainly were, yeah.
About 1 million of these. I can't just have one.
That's it now. Me and Alfie go to weddings now
Yeah, we
together.
go to weddings
That's
together.
it. As a couple, of course.
Yeah, as a couple.
Because, we're just having a lovely time together.
Exactly.
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
It's wonderful.
beautiful, Jamie.
Straight into prawns. It's beautiful stuff. I've got another one for you. How do you feel about the little mints that you find on your pillow at a hotel? Also found in doctor surgeries, also found in dentist's place, the little glacier ice mints, the tiny ones.
I'm not too much of a fan of those.
You're not a fan of mints in general?
No, they give me bad indigestion, mate.
Well, this is it. Yeah. This is the conversation I had yesterday with Black Honey. It's like if you eat too many of them,
Yeah, you're done.
it's
you're done.
It's going out the other way, and it's
One
not
of
going to be
those
good.
and I'm done. So I'm not sure about that one. Probably one.
One and done.
One and I'm dead.
One and it's over.
Yeah, one and it's over, mate.
I've got a couple more for you. How do you feel about tins of soup? How many do you reckon?
Oh my
Are you a fan of
Lord.
soup in general? What's your favourite soup?
I love tomato soup. You can't go
Tomato
wrong
is the
with
general,
you know?
isn't it?
It's just a classic.
It's the
Yeah.
classic.
But I find myself, I have half a tin of that stuff and I'm knocked out. That
I'm
gives
done
me
in.
indigestion as well. Why are you listing all the foods that give me indigestion? What's going on here?
I'm glad we know the Alfie Templeman's bowels
Yeah,
now.
Alfie's bowels. Yeah,
Alfie's
that's my
bowels.
next album.
Alfie's bowels.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sort of side project
40
you
hours
do.
Of fart noise.
Yeah, of just your stomach going, oh, Jesus Christ.
What did I eat last night? Oh.
It's experimental, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
You're
It's
pushing the
Kind of
boundaries.
Black Midi.
Yeah. It's completely in that realm.
Yeah.
I'm fully into that.
Absolutely.
Coming soon. You heard it here first
I
on
reckon,
here.
yeah, 2 at a push.
2 at a push.
Two cans of soup.
And
at
you're
a
done
push.
at that point. You're full.
Yeah, I'll be barfing.
Speaking of barfing, how do you feel about edible paper you get on cupcakes?
Edible paper. Yeah, not a fan really. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
What the like sugary?
Yeah,
stuff?
the sugary stuff.
Oh, terrible.
Awful.
But I mean, if you got me a bit drunk or something, I wouldn't be able to taste it. So I could probably do quite a bit of it. Yeah.
So you need some sort of workout beforehand to get there.
We'll say about 10.
10.
Yeah.
Solid 10.
Yeah.
Solid 10.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very sugary and
Yeah.
sticks, I feel, as well.
Yeah. It's,
Gets stuck in the top of your mouth.
It's probably really bad for you as well.
Yeah. So if anyone listening, don't do that.
Yeah. Just be careful.
Be careful. That's the most
Careful,
important
guys.
thing.
You don't want to get edible paper poisoning.
As it's known.
Yeah, as it's known, it's a massive killer, silent killer.
I've got one more for you. How do you feel about Weetabix?
Oh man,
You a fan of Weetabix?
yeah.
Big
I
into
dig 'em,
it.
but I feel like they're one of those things that you eat them and they enlarge in your stomach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. You eat it, you're like, this is nothing, and then suddenly
Yeah.
you're like, oh, why am I so full?
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. I reckon
Yeah.
I could do 25.
25.
25 in 5
That's a
minutes.
lot of Weetabix.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah. As long as I kind of like mush it up beforehand.
How do you have your Weetabix? Is it hot milk, cold milk, bit of fruit in there?
Hot milk.
Hot milk.
Yeah, bit of banana.
Ooh, bit of
yeah,
banana.
It's good. I recommend.
That's nice.
Oh, and sometimes I might chuck in a few chocolate chips or something.
That sounds
really good.
delightful.
Recommend.
My God.
Yeah.
Well, when I get back from this festival, I'm going to tuck into that.
Maybe sometimes I have it with baked beans actually, but
we won't talk about that.
yeah. What was that all about?
Yet to see the baked beans eating with the Weetabix.
Someone
yet.
made a website about it. Weetabix actually threatened to sue. I'm not joking. My manager got an email
from Weetabix saying,
like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, like, what's going on here? You can't use our name on your website.
I didn't realise that the indie beef that's coming up was going to be the Weetabix versus Alfie Templeman run.
Yeah, I'll try and find it, show you in a bit.
We'll get it sorted out.
active. I don't think they've sued us yet.
We're going to take the cause.
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
fight it for you, mate.
Yeah,
we're going to
absolutely.
fight it for
Thanks.
you.
Yeah, I knew I could trust Dork.
Yeah. Always fighting Weetabix one step at a time. Well, one flake at a time,
But
if you
I
will.
would admit, they're good. I like
They're good
them.
nonetheless.
I could eat a lot of them, but not 110.
Not 110, a clear 110.
Below 110.
Okay, fine. 25 is good, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good going. And with that bombshell, I think it's time out for you going to have to step on stage in a bit. So,
Oh no. Nervous poo incoming.
Nervous poo incoming. I'll be coming on stage for the harmonica solo now. It's been decided.
There we go.
There we are. Alfie Templeman, always a... He's gone. Alfie, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, we need to get out of this car. We need to get out of this car now. We need to get out. We're going out. All right, Alfie Templeman, a pleasure. See you in a bit. Bye, mate.
Later.
I don't want this wave to stop, 'cause forever isn't long enough. I don't want this wave to stop. Oh, it's over now. It's over now. I don't want this wave to stop, 'cause forever isn't long enough. I don't want this wave to stop.
And here we are. We're back at 110 above. It's day 2. And we are joined right now by headliners of the festival, the Amazons. How are we doing, guys? How are
Hello.
things?
Yes, we're doing well. The sun has just come out, and we've been hanging out at the festival, and we've been enjoying live music.
This alien concept
Right.
that exactly this.
Of the bass sub hitting my chest for the first time was a feeling that I'd never knew I'd missed in my life.
Until now. Until
Get
now.
used to it. Yeah, we're so excited to be here. This is literally our first festival back after the pandemic. This is our first UK festival since Reading Festival 2019. This is our first show in 522 days.
522
since we played
days.
the El Rey Theatre in Los Angeles.
Rust. 520 days of rust to get rid of.
Yeah, I know.
How was the rehearsals for this to remember what you were doing when you were playing live?
Oh, I mean, surprisingly smooth.
Yeah, they were actually okay. It was kind of some stuff was harder than we thought it would be, and other songs were like honestly like clockwork. It was just like putting on an old worn-in suit, or like just wearing on old boots.
It's a bit like that scene from, have you seen Father of the Bride with Steve Martin in it?
Yes,
you know,
I
he puts
have,
that
yes.
tuxedo on in the attic, and he's like,
An incredible reference, just want to say.
For like in 1971, and it still fits. It's exactly what it's
and that
like.
was it.
And the back rips.
Oh yeah, right. So is that coming later? Is what we're trying to say? The back's going to rip later. Is that,
I have no idea what Joe is talking about.
That's how rehearsals felt. But you've got the suits now. You're ready to actually play the show now.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. How is it? I guess like how are things in general with you guys? Obviously, it's this time off. Obviously, of course, everything kind of like happening there. Was it a time where you were able to kind of like write and like potentially record some new stuff? How was that kind of process for you readjusting in that time?
Yeah, I think it's hard to look back at the last 18 months without kind of feeling a sense of loss about what could have been in terms of just life, really. I mean, how much stuff did we have to put on hold, just generally? And there's almost this kind of guilt associated with, honestly, like the last 18 months has been seriously productive for us, I guess. And ultimately we probably made a good use of the time, and I felt that we were always going to go away after the wrapping up of the second album. We were kind of going to the plan was always to kind of burrow away and write and take our time with the next record.
Yeah.
And we've been able to do that and almost been given a bit more time by lockdowns and things like that. So it's an interesting one. I think not just us, but a lot of artists in the next year or so are probably going to release music that's been kind of would never have happened without the pandemic, which is an interesting
a weird mix of like productivity, but also like I'm kind of just sat here at home as also like just staring at a wall here.
I think it's given us time to honestly, we've been given time after the last 5 years, which have really been non-stop, to take stock of what we've done and ultimately what we want to do next. And I don't think we would have been able to been given this opportunity to I don't know, just recalibrate, realign who we are, and make the record that we've been making.
Yeah. I guess as well, was it a case as well when you kind of like obviously finished kind of like the touring of the second album, you had an idea of kind of like what you wanted to do next, and has that changed because of the fact that you've had all this time basically going on, or is it still very similar?
I think that it was always going to be a reaction against the last record, and I think right from the top we wanted to make music that was a little bit brighter and maybe a little bit more, I don't know, a bit freer and less restricted. We put a lot of parameters in place for the last record in terms just to kind of spark creativity, really. In terms of like literally in terms of like, only so many guitar tracks on a record, those kind of parameters, just to almost help the process along. But I feel this time round, I'm speaking for the boys here, but I'm speaking for myself here, sorry. But I think definitely writing music in quite a small space, like our flats and our houses and stuff like that, I think instead of like making kind of quieter music, it's almost been like a reaction against that and trying to make music that kind of blows the walls apart or blows the roof off. Do you know what I mean? Music that's so big that you're like reacting against the kind of quiet life that we've been forced into.
Yeah.
And I think we wanted to kind of, make music not for the time that we were sitting in alone in our flats, but making music for the time when we come back to a festival like 110 Above.
Like
so we're
here we
playing a
are.
few songs tonight. And
Nice.
hopefully it goes down. well.
Yeah, hopefully it goes down well.
Yeah.
Just be like, so all this stuff that we've worked hard on, let's hope that people like it. I guess.
We're going to have to rewrite everything up.
These are the best places to road test that because in a sense, you know, the second album was finished, you know, a long time ago for us, and we were due to do festivals post that, you know, before the pandemic or whatever, which would have just been the sort of fallout of that campaign.
Yeah, almost like a greatest hits run, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, for this now, like, we're, you know, changing, like, you know, some new sort of era for us, really, I guess. And this is the perfect opportunity for us to road test at a festival like this, where, you know, there's. I feel like these are like proper festival fans that come to festivals like this. Do you know what I mean? Proper, you know,
like dedicated people who are like
the sort of
want to hear it, want to do it.
So yeah, it's a great opportunity to just see how they go down, and because like it's fun.
Yeah. Ultimately, remember the gigs were fun. Like, do you remember that now? Like, it's a wild concept that's now knocking about. That's actually a real thing, and that's actually going on. Like,
it's freaking real. We're here. We're eating pistachios in a teepee.
Is that the rock and roll dream that you dreamed of all those years ago, to be at this point where it's pistachios or nothing?
Well, I mean, the rock and roll dream is just playing music to people and connecting with them. And you know what the rock and roll dream really was? When we were walking around earlier, when we got off coffee and just got talking to people.
Yeah.
And who've had an amazing weekend, and whether, you know, they came over and said they were looking forward to the set. It's just nice to be like, wow, you're a person.
Yeah.
You're right.
These are not people behind screens.
No,
they
it's
are
good.
real people who are going to come and see it.
You know what? It could have easily. Our first festival could have easily been one of the bigger ones where you're kind of shepherded away from each other.
Yeah.
But it's not. We can kind of connect with the audience and get a drink with them before we even play. It's such a unique opportunity after all this time.
Yeah. It's a real like joining in as well, like as that, and like headlining festivals as well. Obviously, you know, this is obviously, you know, on a certain scale, but obviously still headlining a show, putting on that kind of like big performance. Is that something for you? This is kind of like a moment you could like, right, we can do this, like, especially getting back into it after a while. Do this, test it out, and be like, right, this is kind of like a springboard for you guys in terms of like going on from there. Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I think it really just depends on your output in terms of music, and then and how that goes down with people. If that connects with people, then you inevitably find yourself higher up on festival bills. I think really from just an indulgent perspective, we always love those sets at festivals. There's a certain magic in the air when you get to the dusk kind of sunset sets, and then beyond. Like,
Talking about that a minute ago, actually. I was just talking about that with one of my friends that's here.
Yeah.
And he was watching Caribou at Glastonbury, and that was like a sunset, and there's a shot of them playing and like just looking out and the sun setting, and it's like the most. It's like the most beautiful time to play. I think in the summer as well, like we're on at like 9:45, so you know it'll be sort of dark or getting dark. Then there'll still be dusk in the air, but that's when the light shows come to life.
Yeah,
and
people coming into that space as well after like a day of kind of the festival as well.
yeah, everyone's warmed up now as well. Like,
Everyone's ready
Everyone
at that
kind of
point.
went crazy. Like,
Yes.
like you get excited on the first day, don't you? You go mental, drink too much.
Right on cue.
Well done, Elliot. Go mental, sort of wake up in the morning regretting, like, you know, the night before, but then Saturday you're ready for it, and it's like, okay, well,
It's like the big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the big one.
You're not driving
Not to
home
add
the
more
next day.
pressure onto you guys right
Hey,
now,
no,
but
no,
it's the
we
big
know,
one, you
no
know. I'm just
pressure.
saying.
No pressure
like, not saying, you know, deliver, you know, that's all we're going to say here. Like, no pressure on it right now.
we're going to try.
We're going to try our best. That's all we can say. That's all we can say. Are you going to stick around as well? I mean, you've also been checking out some acts today as well. Have you seen anyone that's been particularly great that you managed to see?
Yeah, we really enjoyed Zuzu.
Nice.
And we are looking forward to Alfie Templeman.
Yes.
And
who is currently in the background for anyone that is lurking around.
Fantastic.
So we're going to wrap this.
Could
It'll be
we?
fine.
Yeah.
We're just going to record this actually in there. Actually, it's going to be absolutely fine.
So Fickle Friends as well. We just ran into them. And
Nice.
Yonica. We've toured with Bionica a couple of times. It's always been a pleasure. Collaborated and all that stuff. So always looking forward to those guys.
Yeah. You have an obligation at this point to go and see them.
Yes,
they
we
will
be
kick off if
terrible
you're
friends.
not there. Yes, more than
We know
anything.
where we are.
We want to see him. Before we head off, obviously, because it's 110 above. Famously, on the way here, a mate of mine once said that he could do 110 chocolate mousses in 5 minutes. We're asking every band that's here about this, and obviously with that in mind, we want to know like how speedy do you think you can devour, or how many you think you can devour within 5 minutes certain foods. Like you're going to be aware of this now. Clearly, pistachios.
Yeah, so we've been.
Yeah, how many have you kind of gone through?
Oh, definitely 110.
We've definitely 110 pistachios.
We wanted.
They're gone. The pistachios have gone already.
We'd like to thank the festival for not only booking us, but feeding us copious amounts of pistachios
that you've missed over this time. I've got this idea that you've not had the pistachios in all this time.
No, you know what? Our rider are just foods that we would probably never really have on a day-to-day basis. I don't know who sick individual made our rider. It's definitely one of us about 2 years ago.
And it's not changed since.
All the fun
It's an
stuff.
incredible selection I can see here. You've got some chocolates. You've got a shout out the orange juice, of course.
Yeah, the kind of lunchbox.
Shout out the orange juice. Any orange juice brands you want to shout out in particular? Sponsorship is always welcome.
Sainsbury's Own or Tesco's or whatever you want, really.
Sunny Delight.
We've got bourbon. Here's a question. Okay, so
we did this bourbon biscuits, but bourbon is the biscuit.
Bourbon's the whiskey.
Bourbon's the whiskey. Bourbon's the biscuit. Just to clarify,
we've got some. Oh wow. Okay, Audi has definitely stepped up their game.
Audi's done very well here. Yeah. There's clearly a big Audi nearby.
I will say pistachios in answer to your question, just because of evidence. I feel like I've probably done double 110.
You've done double that. You've done.
Elliot.
Oh shit. I think I could probably polish off 110 Kinder Buenos.
Kinder Buenos. Ooh.
They're kind of known on our touring party as worse than heroin.
That's what it's known as.
As soon as you start one off, you're done, and you'll be found in a coma in a couple of weeks' time. And
true experience.
True rappers all around you. No one can help you. You're done.
Sensational choice.
I actually used to work for the Ferrero Rocher that made Kinder, right?
I beg your pardon.
So I used to work for that company, and and one.
Thank you to Ferrero Rocher.
One Christmas, I got like loads of these. You think you can only find them in like Lidl or Aldi?
Yes.
They're called Choco Bonds, and they're
I've heard of Choco Bonds.
those?
Yes. Yeah.
I had packets of these things, and I bought the lads like 4 or 5 packs each. We actually had a meeting with an individual in the music industry who'd come to watch a gig, and came to chat to us, and we ate all of these Choco Bonds. And there was a pile of the wrappers in the middle of the table in this pub. I'm not shitting you. It was like a foot high. And we were talking and just
nibbling. These
things.
It's that kind of age-old story of when you're a band who are going to get signed and you're like making use of being wined and dined by the labels. We just ate someone else's Choco Bonds.
The Choco Bonds.
Choco Bonds, people. They're
That's what did it. That's what sold it.
So I reckon.
So clearly,
pistachios and Choco Bonds. I reckon that's it. We completed it.
That's a very good shout. And to complete it all,
just run me through the rules again.
So you got 5 minutes. Yeah. What is the sweet that you reckon you can do, or the sweet or food that you can like do at least 110?
The target is to get the most.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just have a little bag of millions then, right?
Technicalities in this thing right now. I mean, a very clear winner, obviously. Yeah.
I could eat 1,000 breadcrumbs.
Before this leads to an incredible argument that derails the headline set coming up later tonight. The Amazons have a good headline set. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for spending the time.
Jamie, thank you very much.
And it's all good. And
thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Dawn, for having us.
Exactly. And also, obviously, and also tune in, of course, to the Amazons podcast. Plug.
We've got a podcast called Zons FM. It's essentially a radio show that is hosted by Spotify. We play music and talk shit and have our best friends on, and it's great.
Yeah, tune into that before this, basically, because that will be far better than this. No. We can see the looks. We're done. It's a pleasure. Enjoy the set.
Thank you.
Don't wanna be alone. Don't wanna be alone. Yeah. Don't wanna be alone. 'Cause it feels like forever when I stop here on my own.
And we are back. It's day 3 of 110 Above Festival. It's day 3. I can feel it, Bella. I can feel it.
Oh, I can feel the day 3 vibes. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm glad that we're on the same wavelength already. It's day 3. What we need on day 3 is when everyone's tired, everyone's just trying to get through. We need a baby queen, and don't worry, baby queen is here.
Don't think that's what anyone needs today. Sorry. Can we just give some context to the situation?
Yes, yeah. Let's explain what's happening here.
I haven't spoken all day. Like, people have been coming up to me and I've been like,
speaking
hand signals like,
only.
Get away from me.
Yes.
Trying to do vocal rest because I was watching the Gorillaz last night.
Yes.
Melancholy Hill came on and I was just like,
You can pinpoint the moment, which I'm quite happy about.
Yeah,
You're like, that was it. That was it. That was it.
I really messed up. Really fucked it.
On Melancholy Hill.
But yeah, so basically, this is the first time I'm opening my mouth to make sonic noises.
And you come.
It sounds horrific. I have to play a
come here.
set in, what is it now? 4 hours, and it's like I cannot hit any of the notes. So
it's going to be great. It's going to be great. You're going to pull through. You're going to pull through.
Positive.
I believe in you.
You've got like a ginger shot over here.
Ooh.
Lime and mint drink.
What? It's like a. It's obviously these are hot drinks as well.
This is a hot drink. The ginger shot is just
a ginger
personal
shot.
torture. Really.
I was about to say, are you a fan of the ginger shot?
It's a love-hate relationship.
It's a love-hate relationship, but we've got a few things going on here. It's all fine.
There's a lot going on.
It's
here.
all happening. Aside from this moment that we've come together here, how are things in the world? How is it like doing shows, being at playing shows? They're
It's
happening.
amazing, man. It's insane. Like, I think before I played my first shows, which was like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I hadn't played anything. So it was just, I started to
Straight
get
in.
really fucking depressed, man. I was just
Yeah.
like, got to this point where I was like literally in the fetal position at home on my couch. And I was like, I'm not moving. Like, I'm quitting. I can't be a musician anymore. Like, there's no point. Like, I suck. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Great warm up to the shows. But yes.
Yeah, I think it was just like way too much stuff online and being able to be out and see people and
Yes.
meet them and see the effect that music has on other people. It's just like resurrected me from the dead.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally back from the dead. You wouldn't believe it today, but it's true.
Can confirm. Can confirm.
Yeah.
confirm. That's it. I guess it's the case of like kind of everything that's happened over the past kind of like year and a bit, kind of like happening in one world, and then suddenly, oh, here it is, physically coming there.
Exactly.
And so it's like trying to deal with that, I guess, is the main kind of
It's
thing.
very odd. I think, this is actually what the job entails, which you forget.
This is it. This is it.
But yeah, it's really overwhelming, man. Like, this does not feel like my tour bus right now. This feels like, do you know what I mean? It feels like a London double-decker bus that I've just fucking like hijacked for the weekend. Bro.
Just like what's happened, it's like someone's going to be really angry.
Yes,
Yeah,
someone's bus got yeeted.
Just fucking
yoink
pulled out there. They're like, where's it gone? I looked at the
Get
tracker.
raided, buddy.
Yeah. We've got it. It's happening. It's happening. We do have to paint the picture. We are on a tour bus here, which is sensational scenes. How is it being on a tour bus in general? How is the tour bus life treating you over this weekend?
You know what? You should see upstairs. I've got a little private bedroom and it's nuts. It's so crazy.
I've now got the idea. There's a suite.
It's
We've
like
got
a
the
suite
ballet.
in there, and I think it was because like everyone was like, "Oh, the music's coming through the door. I should close that in a second."
So, the music, the music's coming in.
The
with
music's
festivals,
coming in. It's the vibes.
Remember
innit?
that? Remember
the vibes. But yeah, I was meant to have this little private room, but obviously, me being me, I ended up with like 12 people in there last night, like all lined up around my bed, like circle at 4 a.m. like smoking
You're there,
cigarettes.
you're there like, yes, of course, here we are.
Great
Of course.
private time.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I need.
yes, exactly, yeah. But a good time, clearly. Enjoying the bus life.
Yeah,
That's what you
seriously,
need.
man. Best day of my life. Yesterday, not today. Today's the worst day of my life.
And that's just because we're here. That's because...
Just because you're here, I'm devastated.
Yeah, it's like, it was going so well, and you turn around and you're like, oh,
now you
no.
make me speak.
And you...
Open my mouth for you.
open my mouth.
Believe it.
I
My
wasn't
vocal
talking to
cords
anyone.
are fuming.
Yeah, they're like, not this guy. Not this guy again.
Oh, here he is.
Not this guy
Back
again.
again.
God. I suppose it's good to obviously catch up on, a bunch of new music coming out thick and fast, tunes going out there, gearing up, for, just gear up for the rest of the year in general, of course. But what's that kind of like been like with the new tracks coming out, of course, recently? Like, I guess seeing things continue to kind of just get bigger and bigger, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a really, really intense schedule since I started putting music out. Like, it's literally my schedule is more crazy than like anyone that I know. Like, it's crazier than like the release schedule is a song every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to keep up with. For all this time, like it hasn't stopped since Internet Religion came out. So I think, it's going to be really nice for this mixtape to come out and this body of work to be out. And, I think we have like one single before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But then it's sort of like I get time to like process everything before the album comes out because it's been so intense. I feel like I haven't like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's insane. You can't get used to anything before a new thing happens.
Yes, yeah.
It's just like I'm ready to sort of let people live with the music for a little bit.
Yeah. Just be like, let's just see
I feel like
how
they need to miss me. I think everyone's fucking sick to death. Sick to death of seeing me tweeting. There's a new song.
I love that idea. I need you to miss me.
Miss me.
Because I am about.
Hey, did you miss me? No,
no,
we didn't.
You were here. You were here yesterday. Do you not remember
I'm
this?
sick to death of myself dropping a new song once a week. It's exhausting.
Just flying in. It's all it's all going on. It's all going on. But it still obviously must be great to see that reaction still continue to grow and kind of like more and more people kind of like come towards what you're doing as well.
Yeah, it's nuts. I think, it's a very scary experience. It's like you don't know what's going to happen. You just have to like continue to try and be your most authentic self. I think that's been like my struggle this year is of like, I'm this person. How do I be 100% true to that person and be honest and show every part of myself so that people can actually connect to that. So yeah, it's interesting and it's I definitely feel like things feel good now. It feels like I feel like it's growing. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
It's a great feeling as opposed to when I was in the fetal position on my couch feeling stagnant.
Very different scenario.
Different, yeah. Other
very
side
different.
of the swing. The pendulum. It's like
you've gone back from this
the
side.
Extremes. It's all black and white. Like you know what I mean?
It's the ride,
Yeah, I'm
it's
either
just like,
screaming at the gorillas or I have no voice.
Yeah. So basically, Damon Albarn, if you are listening, you are great, but also you are responsible for this.
I just want to say, how old is Damon Albarn?
I think he is, I want to say late 40s. Hold on, I can get it up. It up for you now.
He is so sexy. And I was like...
Hence you screaming along to On Melancholy Hills.
Yeah, and I just feel like, would it be that bad if I smooched him?
I mean, no. That was the thinking of the set.
That's what I've taken away from the show. Do you know what I mean?
That's what you came away with.
It's just something to ponder over.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. Haven't decided yet.
Haven't
Just
decided,
asking
you know.
your opinion.
Just,
What
just
do you
have your
think? Do you
name.
think it's fine?
I think it's fun. But how do you? Did he have the mullet last night? Because I know he was rocking the mullet for quite a while.
No, I don't think he had a mullet, but he was very wasted and he fell off the stage.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad he came back. I'm glad he, but he, having the time of his life, I guess, more than anything. Like having the best time.
He was having a lit time. I mean, I was having a lit time, clearly.
So it was great.
We were all having a lit time.
Having a great time. It was all good. So good. I guess what Gorillaz do really well, like they like that transition from like an album, like the stuff they record, and obviously into the live stuff. Obviously works really well.
Oh, it's amazing.
And like goes off, and like I guess for you, I guess like taking that live, everything that you're doing as well, was that kind of like a tricky process to kind of like work out, or has it given like songs gets a new lease of life that maybe you didn't think had them before?
I think what's surprising is that Baby Queen is definitely a live show, and that's what we sort of realized. It's like, it's not really like this perfect pop performance. It's a bit of a crazy show, and it's sort of something that I feel like is born to exist
to
on
be
the
alive,
stage,
to be
you know what I
alive
mean?
kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's great to be able to bring those songs to life, and the songs that you don't expect that just go mad, and to see which songs are better live, and it makes you want to write differently.
Yeah.
And you watch something like the Gorillaz set last night, and I was kind of like, I want to write focus to live music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's like, what songs of yours go down the best, and that they've got that energy when you're writing them. And then like the pop one comes on and everyone's like, shut.
I like the review that you're giving yourself here. You're just like, I know the points, right? I know what's going to happen here. I need to just immediately reviewing the show.
Yeah. Reviewing myself, picking out. Do you know what I mean? That's just me being very self-critical.
Yes.
But literally walked off the stage after doing a show, like opening up the main stage yesterday.
Yeah.
And I walked off and I was like, that was so shit. And everyone was like, what do you mean? That was really good. I was like, it was shit. This happened, this happened.
Yeah. Straight in. You're just like,
no one else can hear any of it.
Everyone else is like, you've done really great.
It's like, I need a tequila shot. Quick.
It's straight. Yeah, it's like, what do we do here? Break glass.
Get wasted.
Dive on in.
Yeah.
And had a good time. So that's all that matters. But here we are. It's gonna be a good show.
We've got a third beverage. I just wanted to announce that
third
to the
beverage.
listeners.
What is that
We've
beverage
lined
now?
something else up. So now we've got 3.
Ooh.
We've got ginger shot.
There's a leaf.
We've got.
Is that a big leaf in one of them?
No, this is a big tea bag. Yeah.
No, it's been a long weekend here as well.
Very nicely.
Okay, it's been a long.
If you are unwell today, you are not well today, Jamie. Just want to let the listeners know Jamie is unwell. Don't listen to a word. He thought my tea bag was a leaf.
Yeah, no, I've got no excuse out of that. It's very clearly a tea bag.
Mint tea with lime, and
Strong.
then we've got honey and lemon.
This is it. This
Got
is
it
the
all.
dream.
We've got living the dream, bro. This is it. This is what I envision.
This is
the rock and roll lifestyle they were talking
This
about.
is what they wrote about you.
This
Like
is
one
what the
day.
Motley Crue do.
One day, yes, famously, yeah.
Famously.
3
cups of tea.
3 cups of tea, and hence everything that happened to them
Yeah,
was famously
everything,
because of
all
that.
worked out so well.
Yes, there was no twists and turns in that story as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Netflix, if you do have obviously that Motley Crue film and you want to sponsor it, just give us a shout.
Oh, I have watched that film so many times.
Yes.
And then I did the most embarrassing thing, Jamie, and I don't know why I did it. Like, it was for some weird random interview. Like, I don't even know what it was, like a publication in America.
It just happens.
And I was obviously speaking to this guy, and I don't know why I said this, but I said that I could out-party Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue, who famously died of a heroin overdose and then came back to life.
Yeah, the guy who came back to life from partying too much.
Yeah. Am I allowed to mention drugs on here? Or is that?
I mean, here we are now. I mean, we
It's not like I'm saying I did.
No.
It's Nikki Sixx.
This is a
Do you know what
fact.
I mean?
We're giving historical context.
These are the facts.
These are historical
and
context.
I went and said that I could out-party him.
Yes.
And I read it back and I was like, are you okay? Like, why would you say that? Like, what?
And you're reading back like I said this.
Like, I actually, and I remembered back to the moment and I was like, no, you couldn't out party Nikki Sixx.
No,
Like you
no.
would just die. Like, what is wrong with you?
I love that this has happened now. As soon as you're like, right, here we go.
Here we go. We're on tour. We're on my tour.
We've got
Let's
the
go
teas.
mad.
We've got the teas. We've got everything. There's what
yeah.
looks like some coffee. This is the rider. This is the dream. This is exactly what you want here.
Well, you know what? Okay, I just want to say you're
Yes.
not painting a very rock and roll picture of my tour bus right now.
Take us through it.
I would just
Take us
like
through
to
it.
let you know that behind that white van there is a
Yes.
teepee tent.
Yes.
All right, and inside that teepee tent, tequila.
It's a bar
white
selection.
wine, alcohol, none of which I've drank today because
Great.
I'm absolutely, I'm so hungover from yesterday and I have no voice.
And I don't want to look at it.
It's very rock and roll, but I'm just not getting
But it's
involved.
there.
Yeah,
And that's what- but
It's
that's what you
there.
wanna know.
It's all like it's just good to know that you can
This
be a
is
rock
the
star if you
dream.
want to be. I don't want to
Yes.
be. Who wants to be a rock star? Not me.
No. I mean, I couldn't handle it.
No,
I
couldn't
barely handled the last
Couldn't
2 days
hack
at
it.
the festival. It's not been well for me. I've been just staring at
I mean,
staring
you
at walls.
and I really need to pick a different profession.
Yeah. We're both in this situation here at this point
We're
in the
in
time.
it deep now.
Yeah. There was a moment I was just looking at the ground, and someone spotted me and just went, "Jamie, are you okay?" And I just went,
You weren't,
"No,
love."
it just
Well,
it just
not
happened."
really,
So I was just looking at the ground. It wasn't good for anyone. It was a really bad situation, but we move.
We move.
We're both gonna
We
get through
move.
this.
You know what?
That's the
Eyes
most
to the
important
sky
thing.
today, Jamie. Neither of us will be looking down. Me during my set, you just see me like zoning out, staring.
And you're gonna look at me, and I'm just like.
Yeah, you're just staring up. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like
stunning.
Jamie's enjoying the set.
Yeah.
I was like, see on the look of his
Great
face.
time.
Yeah, he's having a really, really good time. Talking of being at 110 above, it's only right that we catch up on the important things. And by that, I mean talking about how many foods you can consume within 5 minutes, because a friend of mine, listener, as you should know by now from the various chats we've had over the weekend, said that he could eat 110 chocolate mousses in 5 minutes.
110 chocolate mousses.
What are the chances? Crazy stuff. So he said that he could do that in 5 minutes, which is a lot.
That's
crazy. He tried it.
Failed.
Failed. Yes, failed. Gave a good effort. Very good effort.
How big are these chocolate mousses?
We're talking. This is not good for you to listen, but we're talking like that's the little small ones that you get in like a supermarket almost. So not like that. Like a little small guy.
I mean, if I really wanted to beat that, I could eat more than 110 chocolate mousses.
If I put my mind to anything,
if I wanted to do that, like I would do it.
It would happen.
I could do anything I want, Jamie. You would be surprised. Dare me to do anything, I'll do it.
Okay, so
No, don't. I'm going to sleep after this.
Yeah. I come back
I'm
and just
going
like
back to sleep. Bro.
I just come back just like yes, it didn't happen. Just want to let you know.
Sorry, Baby Queen did not complete the task.
Went back to sleep when called it a night. That's absolutely that. With this in mind, how do you feel about prawns? And how many small prawns do you reckon you could eat in
I
5
need a
minutes?
size scale of the prawns because
We're
in South
talking-
Africa prawns are quite big.
We're not talking the big
South African
big chaps.
rumpuses.
Yeah, as they're known,
Yeah.
the rumpuses. We're talking like the little small fat. So they're around about probably like this sort of size. Like
that size, like a little shrimp.
yeah, little shrimpy thing. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And your main focus at this time is to just eat.
Okay, let's say we've got. What I'm going to say is we've got the tray, and then we've got a toothpick in each prawn,
Great.
each shrimp, and they're all flavored with like a sweet chili sort of dipping thyme.
I really
okay?
rate the strategy already.
Right,
There's a
and
strategy
you've all
here.
got them on a toothpick. I'm going to say 5 minutes. You could line up. Let's go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
There
Let's
is,
go
but just want to let
60,
everyone know there is some real deep
70,
thinking going on here.
70, 80. I'm going to say 80 prawns in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Shit on, 100%.
Just a flag right now.
Those
I'm
prawns.
not going to pull something up here and be like, right, here you go then.
Imagine you were like, right, and here are your prawns.
Your band come back in and just be like,
Like,
look, we've got to get through
Tray
this.
of prawns
We've
dipped
got-
in sweet chili sauce.
We've got to get through this, guys. We've got to get through this. It's got to be quick. It's got to be quick.
I could eat 80 small prawns in
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay, that's a
I don't know
strong-
if I would, but I could.
But you could. That's
Yeah.
all you need to know
That's
is that
the
you could
essential,
do it. Yeah.
Could if I wanted to.
How do you feel about small mints? And by small mints, have you ever obviously stayed at a hotel and you get like a small mint?
Yeah.
That's like a little side, or like a restaurant, a little small mint that's there.
5 minutes, how many small mints could
Yeah.
I eat? Oh, God. Okay, let me just think through this in my mind. I'm just imagining
Take your
myself
time.
eating them.
This is it. Think
I'm
about
going to
it.
say I mean, essentially, you could eat in 5 minutes 120 small mints.
Strong, straight in.
But I don't think I'd enjoy it very much.
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, enjoyment isn't part of this process, unfortunately. This
Yeah.
is like, they're like,
This is
right,
like
you can win.
hardcore, like just shoving your face with food, right?
Yes, it's 100% that. Yeah, shove it in, get it done, and that's it. That's all you're going to do. That's all you're going to do.
120 mints. 120 mints. Beat that.
Beat that.
I dare you, Jamie.
Well, right now. Well,
Yeah.
thankfully, again, I've got them in the pockets. I've got them in the pockets.
good.
I'll let you know. I'll stand out there with the mints afterwards.
I'm actually
and see
going to
what-
need some mints for my voice.
Okay, so I'll see what I can do.
120 of them.
I'm now working here. Sorry, listeners.
Sorry, guys, gotta go.
Yeah, sorry, I've got stuff to do.
Good job.
I've got 2 more for you. No, 2 more for you. How do you feel about tins of soup? Number 1, are you a fan of soup?
I'm a fan of soup, dependent on the flavor of the soup. I really like tomato soup,
Right, yes.
butternut soup,
Yes.
vegetable soup,
Yes.
weird, chicken soup, strange,
Thrown
pea
by-
soup, quite nice,
Nice.
sweet potato soup, fine,
Okay, these are the
butternut
selections.
soup, stunning,
Yes.
tomato soup, exceptional.
There's a
That's
real
the
cross.
soup- that's the soup
That's the
rating.
breakdown of the
That's
soups
the
here.
soup grading levels.
That's everything that's happening on.
Yeah.
That's cool. If any fans are listening, of course, any upcoming shows, if they want to bring some soup, I guess, would you like that?
Tomato soup.
Tomato soup, ideally.
Yeah,
tomato soup, okay.
tomato soup,
Just remember that, everyone. Tomato soup is what we
tomato
need.
soup, key essential tomato soup.
Yeah.
That would make me very happy.
Just after a show.
Yeah. Imagine people just bring their tomato soup and open it with a can opener and just throw it onto the table and just cover it in tomato soup.
It's like, you won't believe
You
what's
asked
happened.
for this.
I would feel very responsible if that happens. I'd be like,
and you would be.
That
and
is
so you
definitely
should.
that is definitely my fault. It's definitely my fault. I guess in general though, if there is one food you can competitively eat, just plow through, that you're like, I could just eat forever on it, what are we going for?
Okay. I'm gonna go for one food that you could just compare. Eggs.
Sorry to stop there. There was a real thinking process.
Oh my god! Like,
and then
what
a
was
real
I
quick
even-
pause.
What was I even thinking? Like, I literally, like, sometimes I get to the end of the day and I realize that I've literally had only eggs. I only ate eggs the whole day. Like, I ate like 2 boiled eggs, and then I had like a fried egg, and then I had I had like a poached egg. Then I had any kind of egg. I've got an egg grading system as well.
How do you feel about omelets?
I love an omelette. In fact, that's really high on the eggometer.
That's the eggometer.
The eggometer.
The omelets is high.
Yeah, it's very high. I'm actually, I think fried egg is the top, but at the top of the scale.
Mm.
But it has to be flipped over, and it can't be running.
Oh, it's like double. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm a big fan of that as well. Big fan of that.
Egg.
Because especially.
You also don't want a very hard egg.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the liquid
But I'm
going
so
everywhere.
annoying, right? Okay. So if I crack an egg, I like call. It's very weird. Like, it's gonna sound really odd to the listener, right? But I call like.
Can't wait.
So I have to remove the discrepancies from the egg, and by that I mean.
Right.
You know, like if you get a piece of shell in, or there's like a little speck. A speck.
Yeah.
There's a little speck. Sorry, I'm literally hallucinating at this point. There's a little speck inside the eggs, and then sometimes there are those cords on either side of the yolk.
Yes.
All has to go. I'll spend
has to be
I will
pristine.
spend 10 minutes dissecting my egg until there's nothing in it. But then also I've removed half the egg, so then I have to have like double the amount of eggs.
Double the eggs.
Minus the discrepancies.
I really rate. This is a high quality, you know.
Yeah, no one knew that about me ever before.
And then this is it. We've discovered now today. The eggs are the ones to go. With that egg revelation breaking to us all, I think it's time to call it a day.
I'm so
You don't
sad.
need to-
I feel
you
like
don't
I
need
could
to
just
talk
chat
to
to you
us.
for hours, man.
That
And
is not
after you
advised.
go, I'm gonna shut up again. This is my final. Any last words?
Any last words?
Last
Speak now.
words.
Speak now. We won't, because we're going to wait for the big stage performance. It's going to
My
be wonderful.
final word is
This is it. This is a big moment.
chicken soup sucks.
Chicken Soup Sucks, Baby Queen.
And I'll take that to the grave. And it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. And if there's one thing you take with you today, listener.
No.
Shut up. Okay, I'm done. I should have shut up a long time ago.
Stop listening to the music you listen to. But I still look at all your photos, so what's the use? I can do any fucking thing that I want to do. But there's a hole inside of me and it's shaped like you. There's a hole inside of me and it's shaped like you. I tried to change your mind but changed myself instead. I tried to find a god in books I read, philosophies
And that right there was Baby Queen. I need to give an update on this because, of course, during our conversation, it was like, well, what's going to happen from here? I can confirm Baby Queen went on stage and absolutely smashed it. Huge performance. People were really loving it. So really, I'm just grateful that I didn't bring down Baby Queen's big performance. So I'm happy about that. But cheers, Bella, and cheers everyone this weekend. We're currently just looking over the remains of 110 Above Festival. It's the Monday after a festival is always a bit of a hit, but I feel like we went out on a high. Obviously had Baby Queen last night, Sundara Karma headline show. People really into it. People were partying late into the night. The last chances to boogie, if you will. But people are getting weary. There are duvets on the ground being packed away, and it must mean the end of a festival. And unfortunately, dear listener, it means the end of my reporting. But a joyous time. Some real memories were made. I feel like we bonded, we grew closer, even though you're not here, but I am here. We grew closer. We lived through this. Jake didn't. I did. And it was a wonderful time. Great to see so many friends of the show. I hope you enjoyed the chats. All very good fun. 110 Above Festival. What a festival. Highly recommended. A really, really great time. I'm going to try and maneuver my way home. By the time you hear this, I hope that I am back at home. If this cuts out and I'm not there, but Jake is, we've got an issue. But I should be there. So anyway, that was 110 Above Festival. Highly recommend. Great festival, great sets, great bands, great artists. It's wonderful stuff. I'm going to throw you back now to Jake and Jamie, but from 110 Above, this is also Jamie signing off, because I'm Jamie and I'm signing off. So goodbye. Wow. Wow. There I was.
This was recorded in the past?
Yes, this was recorded in the past.
Why did we have to sit here and listen to it all? Couldn't we have just put it in afterwards?
We could have, but I thought we'd just sit here and I wanted you to see what I've been doing, and like we're catching up with, all these amazing acts. We had a really great weekend. It was lovely. Everyone was very, very nice there, 110 Above.
Apart from
great
you.
shows. Apart from me, yeah. If anything, I was the one that was bringing the show down. Absolutely. Great to catch up with a bunch of favourites there. Really, really great festival. I think it's like one of those like hidden gems that maybe people may not have heard of, but I would massively recommend, especially if you're kind of looking for like almost like one of your first festivals to go to. I really recommend
seems like you say, just like a low hassle festival that's just good fun, isn't it?
Go there, bring a group, get a group of mates, head down. Loads of brilliant bands, loads of amazing acts. You'll see a lot of like acts and bands that are going to go on to do massive stages from there. And yeah, really, really nice there. Really, really nice there. Big fan of the festival, and by the sounds of it, all the acts were as well. So we had a wonderful time. So thank you once again to Black Honey, Alfie Templeman, the Amazons, and of course Baby Queen, a belter.
Yes, thank you all for speaking to Jamie. But that is about all we've got time for, isn't it?
It certainly is. Our time has run nigh. The moon comes asunder. It shines on us like a welcoming beacon into the night.
Shut
and with
up,
that,
honestly. You got any predictions for the next fortnight, Jamie?
The next fortnight as well, yeah.
Big stuff.
Oh, big stuff. Not even just the next week. I reckon we're going to see the grand return of Mr. Blobby, returning to our kind of like indie world, if you will. He's going to put out a few tracks. You remember when like Dave Grohl was doing like the supergroup thing where he was like at a recording studio and he'd bring in people.
Yeah.
That's going to be the situation where Mr. Blobby's going to come back into the fray. It's going to be Dave Grohl, Mr. Blobby, and the other two from Nirvana as well, giving it 10
The other two.
Yeah, famously. They're going to have a great time.
Good stuff.
Big fan here, clearly.
Yeah.
Over to you, Jay. What do you reckon's going to happen? Aside from Mr. Blobby, of course, which I think we both agreed is going to happen.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, with the return of changing rooms and Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen being thrust back into the spotlight,
Certainly.
I think what might happen is that Dave Grohl and Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen get confused, and
no.
Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen has to go on stage and perform with Foo Fighters, and even he doesn't really understand what's happening. It's going to go terribly, but the interior design on changing rooms is going to get much better because Dave Grohl has a very tasteful palate.
I love that we've settled on Dave Grohl getting involved in both of these situations.
Well, yeah, he's got
To be
2
fair-
weeks, hasn't he?
To be fair, and as well, he's the nicest guy in music, so he couldn't
is,
say
he-
no.
exactly,
He can't say
yeah.
no, otherwise he'd be like, "Oh no, I am that nice guy. I better let him in." Like, I quite enjoy that. Let's see what happens. We've got 2 weeks.
Fingers crossed. Well,
Fingers
we'll
crossed.
see you all in 2 weeks with hopefully some content from Reading. We'll see what happens there.
Hopefully a Reading special.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
And remember, don't buy or wear white jeans.